north and south, and the Jamaats, wherever they are, whether in Kosovo or outside, they always follow his instructions. There are spiritual instructions, of course, within the four walls of the Holy Quran and the tradition of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That is, of course, conditional. Such instructions as are issued within Islam to the Muslims by Khalifa, they are always followed and taken care of by the Ahmadi Muslims all over the world. Whether they are Africans or Europeans or Australians or Indonesians, it doesn't make any difference. So as such, with this definition of the Jamaat, I can positively say that no other sect of Islam can claim to be bound in a Jamaat.
Miss Kinga Stanzik, who is a student from Poland.
Yes, please.
How did the promised Messiah come to know that he was the promised one?
By Allah. It was never a thought which grew from his heart that perhaps he is promised Messiah until he was told by God that he was. He never claimed. In the beginning, on the contrary, although he was told, addressed by God as Messiah and the promised Messiah, out of his humility, he always tried to interpret it differently. But when repeatedly Allah told him that you are the promised Messiah, then he had no way out but to accept it and declare himself to be that prophet of God who was promised to be the Messiah.
Mr. William Gates. Mr. William Gates, he is a voluntary worker at Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital.
Please.
On the question of life after death, does Islam believe the same as Christianity? And if we all meet and there are differences on earth, are these differences resolved after death?
This question is rather vague because he has not explained what Christians believe. So how can I compare it? But I can generally speak on this subject based on the authority of the Quran and the Holy Prophet of Islam, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him. The concept of a paradise which seems to be a physical thing, somewhere in the universe or beyond the borders of the universe, is false. The Holy Quran rejects this concept, and at the same time it rejects the concept of a physical hell anywhere in the world. The Holy Quran very clearly says, I'll quote this verse. I know, but it has just slipped me. I don't want to attribute anything or a word wrongly to God. So I'll tell you this verse. It means, I know the meaning anyway, it means that make haste to get the forgiveness of God and to enter His paradise, whose expanse is like the expanse of the entire universe. When this verse was recited by Hazrat Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to his companions, they were amazed. He said, "O Prophet of God, if the expanse of the heaven is like the expanse of the entire universe, then where would hell go then? Where would hell be?" Hazrat Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam answered that it will be there, but you do not understand. The same space, time, space, whatever you call it, which will be occupied by heaven, will also be occupied by hell, but the people of hell would not know what the people of heaven are and what they are doing, so the vice versa. Really? Today I was reciting the Holy Quran and I went through this part, and I thought I must remember it clearly so that it may come as a question. And look here at me. Now I have forgotten. You'll find out. Let's go to the next question, please.
Mr. Gordon Burke, who's an Afro-Caribbean medical student. When Ahmadiyyat reaches the same age as Christianity, do you think the original message of Ahmadiyyat would have deteriorated?
Yes, definitely. 2000 years is a lot of time, and messages do deteriorate. Like the buildings, like the great palaces built by people, earlier people, everything deteriorates. Only it's God who remains undeteriorated. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وسارعوا إلى مغفرة من ربكم وجنة أرضها السماوات والأرض أعدت للمتقين. This is verse number 134 from chapter Al Imran, which is number 4, which is number 3. And the translation of this verse is, and vie with one another in asking for forgiveness from your Lord and for a paradise whose price is the heavens and the earth, prepared for the God-fearing.
Now the price is wrongly translated here. Arzuha means the expense, the breadth and width and length. So unfortunately there's some mistakes in the translation, because arz can also be translated literally as price. So the translator first thought of that meaning, so he can't be said to be wrong, but in this context he is wrong. Because Ahmad Sallallahu, the Holy Prophet, did not understand it in this concept of value, of cost. That is why when he recited this verse before his companions, he said, if the expanse of the earth, they didn't say the price, if the expanse of the earth is covering the whole universe, then where the head would be? Please.
Mr. Peter Ying San Mao, who is a Chinese foreign exchange trader. How would you prove the existence of Allah to a non-believer?
Existence of Allah can be proved to the non-believers by looking at the creation of the world, at everything. It's amazing how scientists close their eyes to these things. In my book, Revelation, I have revealed many things which are positive proof that evolution is not blind evolution. Everything created has a purpose and has a mechanism which cannot come into being automatically through any evolution. First of all, there was a question of genes, and the scientists know that there are genes and they cannot give any evidence of their evolution. Where did they come into? Where did they start from? How from dead earth? Suddenly the genes sprang up. And among other things, the most surprising thing is chlorophyll. Although the scientists try